Welcome to Prominent Biology classes. In this video we are going to start a new topic, genetics and evolution, and the first chapter is principles of inheritance and variation. Gregor Mendel is known as the father of genetics. He experimented on garden pea, whose botanical name is Pisum sativum. He experimented on garden pea for 7 years, and the year was 1856 to 1863. These are very important lines for objective type questions. He took 14 pea varieties, 14 pure line pea varieties. Pure line means these are true breeding. Pure line variety can be achieved by selfing the plants for 6 to 7 generations. So after 6 to 7 generations, the plant has stable characters. He made 7 pairs of these plants. That pairs were similar in all respect except one character. These are the 7 pairs of characters that was considered by Mendel, like stem height, flower color, flower position, pod shape, pod color, seed shape and seed color. In the stem height, like tall and dwarf. So these two plants, they were same in every respect except their height. Mendel used alphabet letters to denote the dominant and recessive characters. He used capital letter for dominant character, and the same letter in smaller case is used for recessive character. Like capital T was used by Mendel to denote the tall character, so small t for recessive character. Same like for round, Mendel used capital R and small r for wrinkled. This is the recessive character. Before discuss the Mendel's experiment, let's see some important terms that are used in genetics. The first important term of genetics is gene. Genes are the functional unit of inheritance. Mendel called it factors. These are the units that are responsible to carry forward the characters from one generation to next generation. Next important term is allele. Alleles. Most of the genes occur in 2 alternative forms. So 2 alternative forms or it is a alternative forms of genes, same gene. They control the same character. They are responsible for one character. So they control the same character and they occupy the same location on homologous chromosomes. So same locus on homologous chromosomes. Suppose this is the homologous chromosome. One is coming from maternal side and another is paternal side. And on this chromosome, these are the genes. These alternative forms of genes are responsible for height. So these two, they are known as allele. They are occupying the same location and they are responsible for the only one character, that is height. Suppose if these two alleles are like both the alleles are dominant, then this is the position capital T, capital T. If both the alleles are recessive, then this is the position the small t, And in another case, this is also this may be present in this form, capital T small t form. So if both the alleles are similar, this condition is known as homozygous. So next term is homozygous and heterozygous. If both the alleles are similar, like this, so this condition is known as homozygous. And if both the alleles are different, that is capital T small t, this condition is known as heterozygous. Next term is phenotype and genotype. Phenotype means the morphological appearance of organism. Morphological appearance or the external appearance. Morphological means external appearance. Like plant, the tall, dwarf, the color of flowers, red, purple, violet, these are the morphological appearance. So these are phenotypic character. The genotype is a genetic makeup. Genetic makeup or genetic constitution. Like this T, capital T and capital T small t. Phenotypically, both the plants are tall, but genotypically they are different. This is homozygous tall and this is heterozygous tall. Punnett square. Punnett square was developed by Reginald C. Punnett. It is a geometric device to show the possible genotypic combinations of offsprings. It is a geometric device to show the possible combinations, possible genotypic combinations of offsprings. Next term is monohybrid cross. When two plants are crossed that are different in only one character, then this cross is known as monohybrid cross. And when the two characters are considered, then this cross is known as dihybrid cross. After discussing the important terms of genetics, let's discuss the Mendel's experiments and his laws. Mendel crossed the pure line tall plant with pure line dwarf plants, and he considered these plants as a parent. After crossing these plants, in F1 generation, he obtained all the tall plants. Only tall plants are produced in F1 generation, first filial generation. No dwarf plant was observed in first generation. Then in second generation, Mendel crossed these F1 plants. He self-pollinated these F1 plants to obtain the F2 generation. In F2 generation, he observed both the tall and dwarf plants in F2 generation, second filial generation. So after his experiment, he concluded that there was something that passed from one generation to next generation without any change. So, and Mendel called these things as a factor. So these are the factors that passed from one generation to next generation without any change. Mendel used Punnett square to know the genotype of offsprings. So for tall, the genotypes are T, capital T, and for dwarf, the small t. Gametes are produced by these parents, capital T, and from here also the gametes are produced. These gametes were placed in Punnett square. If we consider these gametes as a male gamete, so this is automatically the female gamete. So one side of the Punnett square has male gamete and the next side the female gametes were placed by Mendel. And after fertilization of these gametes, the offsprings were capital T, small t. Here also this gamete is fertilized by this gamete and the offspring's genotype is capital T, small t. Here also these two gametes after fertilization gives capital T, small t, and the same is here. This is the F1 generation. So in F1 generation, Mendel observed that all the plants were tall. All were heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall. By observing this result, Mendel proposed the first law, that is the law of dominance. Law of dominance. According to this law, Mendel concluded that every character is controlled by factors, and these factors are in pair. And if the pairs are dissimilar, like capital T, small t, the one member of the pair dominates over the another member of the pair. That means if we start with the pure line, in F1 generation only one character is expressed, and Mendel called that expressed character as dominant character. Expressed character. This is called dominance, dominant character. Dominant character. And the other character which was suppressed here, suppressed character, was called by Mendel as a recessive character. Recessive character. This is the law of dominance. After proposing first law, then Mendel crossed the plants of F1 generation. He self-pollinated the plants of F1 generation. The F1 generation plant is capital T, small t. He crossed these plants. And the gametes produced here is capital T, small t. Here also the capital T and small t. These are the gametes. These gametes were placed in Punnett square by Mendel. One set of gametes are placed here. And the next set here. So after fertilization of these two gametes, the offspring's genotype is capital T, here capital T, small t, here also the capital T, small t, and here both are small t. So now here Mendel observed that out of 4 plants, 3 plants are tall and only 1 plant is dwarf. This is homozygous tall, this is also tall because of, according to law of dominance, and this plant was dwarf. So the phenotypic, by seeing this, the phenotypic ratio, 3:1, and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. 1:2:1. 1 is homozygous dominant tall, 2 is heterozygous tall, and the 1 is homozygous dwarf. So after seeing this result, Mendel proposed the second law, that is the law of segregation. In heterozygous conditions, both factors remain together without influencing each other. But during gamete formation, these factors or alleles separates. That means the gametes are always pure. This gamete has only capital T, only the dominant character, and this has only recessive characters. The second law, law of segregation, is also known as the law of purity of gametes. Both the law of dominance and the law of segregation, are based on monohybrid cross. Both these laws were based on monohybrid cross. This is all about the Mendel's first law and second law. In the next video, we will talk about the Mendel's third law, exceptions of law of dominance, and test cross, back cross. Stay tuned for more videos.